What is up, Not So Pro Football Talk? This is another video of bats betting against the spread. This is week 17. Only this week and next week left. So AJ, we need you to pick every game wrong in order to catch up. But not a good week last week. Again, it seems like we're all on the same page except for those games that we all picked against the team that actually won. So AJ and Reed went 7-9 this week. I went 8-8. Again, nothing too great, but nothing way too bad. These guys were in sync there, 7-9. But yeah, interesting week of football in week 17. Yesterday we had a live where AJ and Reed were talking about fantasy and some fun topics there. But you guys in the championship this week, the last week most likely for you, unless you have an extended playoffs and you go into week 18. But this one should be fun. As you guys can see on the board here, we are sponsored by BetUS right over here. Uh, Make sure you guys are 18 years or older. Make sure you're betting responsibly and just enjoy football, guys. 'Cause you know that we are. But we'll get right into it, guys. Thursday night football, Jets versus Browns. Browns are favored by a whopping 7.5 here. Joe Flacco has been, balling out there for the Browns, having them in the playoff race. They should be getting in for sure here. I believe they're at like 97%, if I'm not mistaken. But I have to look back at that. But I think I'm going to go with the Browns here. I think this one's pretty easy. Jets are kind of flip flopping on how they do each week, and I think this one's going to be a bad week for them. So, the Browns.
I want to stick with you here, Vince. I want to go with the Cleveland Browns as well. The New York Jets delivered by last week, beating the Washington Commanders, and it wasn't that great. So don't really like what's going on in New York. I'm kind of curious to see how Garrett Wilson is going to play against this defense, but Joe Flacco's on fire. The Cleveland Browns look great. The defense looks great. I'm going to stick with the Browns here.
I really thought that the Jets' offense was going to look worse last week, but they went up, put up 30 points. I do not think they're going to be able to do the same thing this time. That Browns defense is great, and I think Joe Flacco has a little bit to prove, as the Jets did not call him back when he asked, "Do you need a quarterback?" He's going to be coming angry in this game. Give me them Browns.
Nice. So we are all in favor of the Browns here. Should be a good Thursday night football game, I believe. I think all of football is going to be fun this week, hopefully. But going on to a Saturday night game, we have the Detroit Lions versus the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, we will be watching this one at AJ's Christmas party. The gals are probably not going to like this, but we're going to be there on the couch while they're doing all the festivities. But yeah, Dallas Cowboys versus Detroit Lions. Dallas is favored by 6 here. I think I might like that one. I did not like the way that they performed this past week. Did not like the way the Lions performed this past week either. But I still think I'm gonna go with the Cowboys here. It's at home. We know how they play at home. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt just because I picked against them last week and I got it correct. But I feel like the Cowboys can do it this week. What do you guys think?
I feel like nothing could ever go right for me. My wife's already told me, please don't make this about football. And sadly, you got the Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys. Like, come on. These Saturday games are supposed to be trash. They're just supposed to be something to watch. They're not supposed to have a good game like this. I'm very surprised that the spread is that big, but this game is going to heavily sway on how I do in my fantasy championship games for 3 of those championship games. I want to go with the Detroit Lions here. I think the spread's a little bit too big. I do feel like they could hang in there a little bit closer. It's Saturday. It's a Saturday night game. It's a prime time game. It's the only game. They have to keep it close. They have to keep it interesting for America.
Yeah, I think the spread is way too big for me. The Lions, I think they keep in it. They're a scrappy team, and I think they could potentially steal one at home in Dallas. Now, I know Dallas is good, and I think there's about a 50-50 shot, in my opinion, that they could just blow out the Lions. But I feel better about taking the Lions here, that they keep it close or potentially even win this. Give me the Lions.
Not bad, not bad. So the Detroit Lions are NSP's pick this week. We'll move on to the first game on Sunday. It's gonna be a good one in the 12 o'clock window. The Miami Dolphins versus the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens just put a smackdown on the 49ers, but Reed and AJ talked about that one, what happened in that game last week. Miami Dolphins barely skidded by against the Cowboys. Uh, Ravens here are favored by 3 points. I think this one's going to be pretty close, but I just feel like the Ravens are going to take it away at the end. I feel like their defense is very strong at this point in time. They're riding the high right now. The Miami Dolphins are looking a little bit discombobulated with Tyreek Hill not fully 100%, I think, as of health wise. So I think I'm going to give the edge here to the Ravens. Miami Dolphins will put up some points, but I think the Ravens can stop them more often than they score.
Not only Tyreek Hill, but you see Waddle out there dealing with the injuries. I do feel like Miami has the firepower to keep up with Baltimore, but Miami does not have a defense to match Baltimore's. Baltimore, I believe, has the third ranked defense in the NFL. They come in, they show out, and if they're missing or they have a banged up Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, hey, good luck, Miami. But I'm going to go Baltimore Ravens here, -3.
Yeah, I'm also going to take the Ravens. I think this is pretty clear cut for me. I'm surprised the spread is not bigger, in my opinion. Dolphins are a good team, but they're not as good as and complete as the Ravens are looking right now. I'm taking the Ravens.
Not bad, not bad. Ravens are the pick here for us. Next game, this one's I don't know, man. I don't know. This is a very high spread at 13 in favor of the Bills against the Patriots. Yes, this is in Buffalo. Yes, it'll probably be a cold game. Uh, I just don't know with it. The Patriots have surprised me in some of these games when I pick against them when they have this big type of spread. But so have the Bills. They're like 50-50 where they can cover a big spread, but then there's like 50-50 chance where they lose by that amount of points that they were supposed to win by. Uh, I think I'm going to go with the safe pick here, in my opinion. I think I'm going to go with the Patriots. This is a divisional game. I just feel like it might be closer. Give me the Patriots.
I really hope this spread is true for the Buffalo Bills. I had their defense riding into one of my championship games, but I don't trust this spread. It's a divisional game, like Vincent said. New England's going to find a way to keep it within 13. Give me New England. They should just cut Mac Jones.
All
Have to throw
right.
that in there.
Wow. So I definitely think there is a chance that this is going to be one of those Bill Belichick. There's no reason why he should win the game, but he's able to just upset the Bills just because that's what he's been doing and beating his entire career. But I'm gonna take the Bills here. In my opinion, this is my opinion. I think Josh Allen should be the top candidate for the MVP. Now, I've been more critical than anybody, in my opinion, of Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. But Josh Allen has 40 combined total touchdowns. I think this is a high-powered offense. They're going to do great things against this Patriots defense. It's at home. Give me the Bills.
I can't tell if this guy's messing with us or
No,
not.
he has. Look at the stats. Look at the stats.
Reed,
Josh
when
Allen
have
has
you
been playing
ever been a
great.
stats guy?
That's very true.
It's all stat that. All right, hashtag
You've
stat
always
that.
been against
No.
Josh Allen. Always.
I always talk trash about it, but right now he's playing better football. He's playing. He's the best quarterback right now, one hands down.
All right, we'll move on. Maybe we'll make a topic about this in another video, but I would like to hear Reed out on that. I'm a stats guy too, but I just don't see it. But we're gonna go on to the next game here: Atlanta Falcons versus the Bears. The Bears won last week by at least 2 touchdowns, and so did the Falcons by 3 touchdowns. So I'm surprised that the Falcons are not favored here. Maybe they are giving the benefit of the doubts that the Bears can actually win games, Reed. Uh, but I think I'm going to go with the Bears here. I like Justin Fields. I like the way he's been playing lately. And no, it's not perfect, and maybe it's not at the level of Josh Allen, Reed, but I think he can get it done against the Falcons. They do have a tougher defense, so this one kind of does scare me. But yeah, favored by 3.5 here. I got the Chicago Bears.
I'm still not a supporter of Justin Fields. I think the Chicago Bears are trying to win to save jobs. I think Atlanta Falcons are trying to play for tomorrow. I think the Atlanta Falcons are ready for next year. They want to experiment. We're going to see a little bit more of an open playbook, see these younger guys have a bigger role. I kind of like that. I feel like they're going to catch a little spark. I'm going to go with the Atlanta Falcons here.
All right. I have to say, I've never seen anybody write anyone like Vincent has rode Justin Fields. So it is I cannot believe this. All right, give me the Falcons plus 3.5. They are at least able to cover here against the Bears. I do think the Bears could potentially win this. I'll give them credit, but they are not as good as what they're currently putting out on the field right now.
You were on that train all preseason,
He
beginning
tricked
of
me.
season.
He tricked. No, it was at the very end of the off season. At the very end, he tricked me. It was him.
Hey, man.
He hypnotized me like the horseshoe.
Like the horseshoe. The horseshoe. Sometimes, man, it just happens. But yeah, I might wait here. The Atlanta Falcons are NSP's pick. We'll move on to this next game, which should be good in my opinion. It just depends on who's going to be playing at quarterback. Will it be Davis Mills or will it be CJ Stroud? It's looking like it's going to be CJ, as he did get a limited participation practice on Wednesday as we record this. Texans are favored against the Titans here by 5. I've liked the way Texans have been playing lately. They just haven't had that spark with their stars, their rookies, CJ Stroud, as well as a couple of receivers there that are injured. But Tennessee has also been playing, not so bad. They put up a game against the Seahawks. They had won a couple of games before that in a kind of like a 3-4 game stretch. So they're not a bad team. But with what I know right now, it looks like CJ Stroud's going to play. I think he is the difference. I think I'm going to go with the Houston Texans here. I'm not 100% sure on this one, but yeah, I just have a feeling Texans might win this game and upset, or not even upset the Titans, but I think it's an upset.
This is the toughest game for me to analyze in both an NFL and a fantasy perspective. For one, I have Derrick Henry going into a championship game. I don't know whether to just bench him for the first time ever in his NFL career for fantasy football, or if I should start James Conner. But the last time the Tennessee Titans went up against Houston, their defense just dominated. I'm talking about Houston, of course. Now, will that be the same story? We're seeing that CJ Stroud is getting healthier. He's questionable to play. Now, Nico Collins is went from healthy, downgraded to questionable. I don't like the health situation out there in Houston. I'm going to stick with Tennessee. It's tough. I don't like it. I want to stick with Tennessee, even with a toss-up in the air for QB.
I'm thinking of the same wavelength that AJ is on right now. If CJ Stroud is able to play, I think that gives advantage to the Texans in the spread. But if I'm betting today, I'm putting my money down on it today, as in Wednesday. I'm just going to assume that the Texans are going to be smart with their franchise QB and not try to put him out there and get re-injured. Give me the Titans. I think even if CJ Stroud does play, I think they can keep it close. Give me the Titans plus 5.
Not bad, not bad. I got you guys down for them Titans. But we'll move on to the next game, Las Vegas Raiders versus the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are favored by 3.5 here. Raiders just upset a struggling Kansas City Chiefs team. The Indianapolis Colts, I mean, I haven't liked the way they've been playing. I don't know. I don't know if it's just me. I've watched a few of their games here and there whenever it comes up on Red Zone. But I think I'm going to go with Las Vegas here. I think I'm going to actually listen to Reed here. Las Vegas Raiders have a good defense. The Colts have been kind of struggling with the offense. Pittman and their situation there for the Indianapolis Colts have been, playing fairly well as a fantasy. But I just feel like they don't put up a lot of points here. So give me the Raiders.
The Raiders defense are the real deal. As I said before, they're good. They're real good. But Aiden O'Connell, if I'm not mistaken, did not complete a first down pass at all in the first half. If I heard that right. I just watched the beginning of the game. I was visiting out with family, my wife's family. But I'm going to go with the Indianapolis Colts. They're a very incomplete team, but the Las Vegas Raiders is a 50-50 team. No offense, all defense. The Colts have a little bit of both sides. I'm going to go with the Colts.
I'm going Colts here. Yeah, they didn't look that great against the Falcons last week, but that's how we all realized that offense completely runs through Michael Pittman because he missed that game. With him coming back, I think he should come back this week. I would be very surprised if he isn't able to. I think the Colts can definitely play much better than they did last week and are able to top the Raiders by at least 3.5. I think I like that. Yeah, I think the Raiders impressive on defense, but they had a lot of things just go perfect for them in order for that to make it happen, like the botch handoff. If that doesn't happen, that's a much different game in my opinion with the Chiefs. So I'm going to take Colts here. I think it's a better pick.
Not bad, not bad. Colts are NSP's pick this week. We'll go on to the Panthers versus the Jaguars. This is a cat fight out here. Jacksonville is favored by 6.5 against the Carolina Panthers, who put up quite a bit of points on a struggling Packers defense. I think I might like the Jags here. This is Reed's what do they call it? His comeback story, or his what do they call it in anime, Reed?
Oh, not his
His
origin
training
story, but
arc.
his
It's my training arc.
I get, yeah, it's something arc. I know that for sure.
villain arc. I don't know.
His redemption arc. I don't know. I can't remember. Put it down in the comment, guys. We're blanking here at this point in time. But I think I'm gonna go with the Jacksonville Jaguars here. I think they do have a better defense, even though they are struggling with quarterback situation, running back situation, the whole 9 yards, right? But I just feel like their defense can really make the Panthers struggle this game. I feel like Jacksonville has something to play for. So give me the Jacksonville Jaguars with the -6.5 here.
You know, Trevor Lawrence kind of screwed me last week. He decided to get injured like the selfish player that he is and only give me 10 points in fantasy football, which kind of sucks. So, what's going to happen with the Jacksonville Jaguars? Should we be worried about them going against the worst team in the NFL? Should we be worried that this spread is sort of high, even though Carolina played pretty well against the Packers? I'm going to go with the Carolina Panthers here, keeping it within the spread. No Trevor Lawrence, but I have Travis Etienne at 16 plus fantasy football points. You guys bookmark that and you start him this upcoming week, but give me the Panthers.
All right, I think I'm going to go Jaguars here. Yeah, I know there's a chance that Trevor Lawrence doesn't play this game, but Carolina only look good offensively because our defense is just that atrocious. Give me the Jaguars, okay? I think it's. I don't like. I wish the spread was smaller, but I still got them to win. And I'm hoping by a considerable margin.
Nice. So we'll go with Jacksonville here. The next game we have here is Los Angeles Rams versus the New York Giants. But AJ, we can't even do this week.
He's gone.
Because DeVito was gone, just like Reed
Swimming
said.
with the fishes.
Swimming with
94%.
the fishes.
I don't know how I jumped from 96 to 94.
Yeah, I don't know how we dropped so quickly. I don't know.
I'm just saying.
But the LA Rams here are favored by a 5.5 spread here. I think I quite like it against the Giants. Yes, they will have. It's Tyrod Taylor, right?
Yes.
I'm correct in that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's so many quarterback switches now. It's like I don't even know where these backups are anymore. But New York Giants are going to be with Tyrod Taylor. Yes, he's played quite well when he does come in to reprieve the starter or the current starter at quarterback, whatever team he's on. But I feel like Los Angeles is getting it together. When I think there was a stat when they have Cooper Kupp, Nakua, Kyron Williams, as well as Matthew Stafford, they are like one of the best offenses in the league. So I think I'm going to ride with them in this one. I think they put up quite a bit of points against the Giants, and their defense can actually hold them to less than 5.5 points within what the Rams score. So give me the Rams.
I feel like the spread is pretty easy to pick, even though Tyrod Taylor is the best quarterback that has played in New York this season. I like him a lot there, but the Rams, without their tight end, they're going to be heavily involving Puka and Cooper Kupp, which I absolutely love. I think they're going to give Kupp a little bit of an easier role, playing that slot receiver guy, keeping it shallow, keeping it short, simple. I like it. I have Puka and Cup having a combined of 50 plus points for fantasy football. I'm gonna go with the Rams here by a landslide.
All right. I will also be taking the Rams here. 5.5, I like it. If it was a little bit larger, maybe I would pick the Giants. But the Rams, they're healthy right now offensively. I'm going to take the Rams. Need the
Not
Giants to win,
bad.
though.
Need them to win. We'll see about that, Henry. We'll see. But got the Arizona Cardinals next against the Philadelphia Eagles. This one is the bird matchup for this week. It should be a killing. I mean, it should be a killing. But I just don't know with how the Eagles have been playing lately. They are on a bad losing streak. Uh, or actually, they're not on a losing streak anymore. But I just feel like the Eagles here are going to be a better team this week against the Cardinals. I don't know. The Cardinals do have James Conner. They do have a few guys like little Kyler Murray who runs out there looking like a toddler. But but I think the Eagles can disrupt them in this game. So I think I'm going to go with the Eagles here. This was probably one of the tougher ones that I think I'm going to pick this week, but I think I'm just going to go with the Eagles. I think they're the better team.
I'm so confused here. Like I said earlier, I don't know whether I should start James Conner or Derrick Henry. The Eagles are ranked 31st against running backs. That's horrible. They allow the most points. They just allowed 15 points to Brees Hall last week, I believe it was. But this spread is pretty high. And I do feel like Philadelphia could cover. I want to stick with Philadelphia here, but Arizona is going to have to become multi-dimensional. It's all about Kyler Murray and his legs, short passes to McBride and Connor. It's just there's nothing exciting about that offense. There's nothing exciting about that team. There's nothing excited about that quarterback. They waste of money, waste of space. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles.
In my opinion, this is a very easy pick for me. If the Bears can cover last week 10.5, then I got the Eagles covering by 10.5 this week. It's easy, clear pick for me. Give me the Eagles.
Not bad, not bad. So we're all in favor of the Eagles here. I feel like this one was a tough one, but Reed says it's really easy. So I like it. I like the confidence. I like it. But we have next the Saints versus the Buccaneers. I mean, I think this is going to be a good game. Buccaneers are favored by 3 here. Buccaneers are running all over the place. Kamara had a tough game last week. I think he's going to have another tough game this week, sadly. I have him in my lineup where I am in the championship, and I'm kind of scared whether I should start him or not. But I just think the Buccaneers will outlast the Saints here. I hope Kamara can do well, but I don't think the Saints are in the winning mood this week. So give me the Buccaneers.
Hey, I've been taking the Buccaneers since I think day one of this season. I'm gonna stick with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I want to go Baker Mayfield. That's my dude. Y'all know me. I'm his biggest fan. I love that dude. I wear headbands because of him. But Baker Mayfield is going to tear up that New Orleans defense, and everyone's going to eat there. You're going to see Mike Evans eat. You're going to see Rashad White eat. You're going to see a little bit of Godwin. It's just going to look nasty. It's going to look great, but nasty in such the great ways. You know what I'm talking about here? And give me Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I like them a lot.
All right, we've seen Vincent ride Justin Fields. AJ thinks he rides Baker Mayfield. Bye, ride Baker Mayfield. This was my MVP a long time ago. I got him playing for a new contract next year to be the franchise quarterback for the Buccaneers. Give me Baker. Give me the Bucks -3.
Wow. Wow.
Jeez, that was quite the turn there, Reed. I love it. I know that Reed's spinning on top of Baker Mayfield right now as he rides. But yeah, Reed has been, he's been in favor of Baker Mayfield for quite some time.
He was my MVP candidate, remember?
Yeah, this is true.
He's going to have
I
40
wonder,
touchdowns, 8 interceptions.
Is he in the running for the MVP?
No.
No? Well, I know he would be in your running, Reed. But we'll move on here. AJ, take this game away.
Well, first off, I want to say there's so many noon games. It's just kind of crazy to me. But Man, I feel like at this point, listening to everyone, listening to podcasts, even to some of my favorite 49ers podcasts, I tried listening to it. I turned it off. I just can't. I just can't. I feel like everyone just loves when the 49ers lose or when they're doing bad. And poor guys don't deserve it. When I'm talking about guys, I'm talking about Brock Purdy. I do feel like they will cover the spread. So obviously, I'm taking the 49ers against the worst defense in the NFL with our high powered offense. But people like Micah Parsons, I know I said I didn't hate him yesterday in our live podcast, but those tweets that he sent out, that was very childish and very
Oh, I haven't
immature
seen
and
them.
unprofessional. I do dislike him very much so. And also the washed up Cam Newton saying out tweets about Brock Purdy. That is disgusting. You have the team fired up. Brock Purdy's these guys' guy. He's him for the 49ers. That's Debo's guy. That's Trent Williams' guy. This George Kittle guy. I think it's going to get the whole team fired up. And they said, I was listening to the Up and Adams podcast today, and Debo came out and he said, we lost, right? Whether people say we think we need to lose or whether we don't, we're still on top of the seed and we still got a lot to prove. We're just going to shrug it off and continue being what we've been. Brock Purdy's our dog, and he is still the MVP candidate. And I totally 100% agree. And these guys are fired up. Fired up. Absolutely love it. Give me San Francisco here. Easy.
All right. Yeah, I was kind of thinking, oh, maybe the Commanders could cover this. But no, I don't believe that will happen. They have a bad defense, almost as bad as the Packers defense. And the Niners have a great offense. We all know it. I don't care what you have to say about Purdy. Whatever you think of him, he runs that offense better than anybody else could. Give me the Niners minus 13.5. And the defense has a statement game also. They're unhappy with the tape last week. They've been watching it. They deleted it, and they're ready to put out new tape. Give me the Niners.
Not bad. Well, I'll be short and sweet here. I think the Niners are going to kill the Commanders. I think this is going to be a statement game, even though it shouldn't need to be a big statement game. 49ers are still the best team in the NFC. Baltimore is the best team in the AFC. This was a Super Bowl matchup early on before the playoffs even start. So super good game. But yeah, give me the 49ers here. I think they cover this spread by at least 21. That's what I would put money on. So give me the Niners. I think they're going to do great this week. But that's the last of the noon games there. There was a lot, AJ. So, but there's also a lot of the games here in the mid-evening slot. So we have Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Seahawks. I mean, Steelers haven't been playing well. Seahawks, we come back in a lot of these games. I think this is going to be something of the same. But I think we're going to need a touchdown to win, and that's what I think we're going to win by 4 here. So I think this spread is quite accurate. Give me the Seahawks here. They're favored by 3.5 against the Steelers.
For whatever odd reason out there, the Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike Tomlin, they're out there. They're looking at their running backs. They see Warren out there just killing it, explosive, getting all the yards, and like, nah. They look at Najee Harris, like, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
We riding with Najee. That's our starter. Makes absolutely no sense to me. That's why I'm not afraid, because Seattle, they tend to give up some points to running backs, but with the Pittsburgh Steelers riding with Najee Harris, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced in that offense. I'm not convinced with Rudolph. I think it's an absolute joke. Give me Seattle Seahawks here, minus 3.5.
Okay. I'm actually going to go with Steelers here, and this might be ill-advised, I will admit. But, hey, I think Mike Tomlin in these type of games, I think he's going to keep it close at the very least. I say they lose by 3, potentially can come out on top of this. I'm going to take the Steelers.
Not bad, not bad. Yeah, the way we've been playing, I could definitely see that outcome where we win by at least 3 or 2 points. But yeah, I don't think we lose this game, but who knows? Mike Tomlin does have a lot of tricks up his sleeve. And if Pete Carroll's not wearing a hat, we do have a chance to win, or to lose, sorry. But every time he wears a hat, we're 4-0. So hopefully he wears a hat.
Oh, boy.
You sound like Reed
Steal all his hats.
winning in December.
Steal all his hats.
But yeah, we'll go on to the next game here. This one should be, I don't know, up in the air type of game. We don't know how the Chiefs are going to perform. We don't know how the Bengals are going to perform. But the Chiefs are favored by 7 here. I mean, I took them last week favored by 10. against a team that I think they should have beat quite quite frankly, but they ended up losing. So I don't know who the Chiefs are at this point in time, but I also don't know who the Bengals are. Browning has not been playing like he was in those first 2-3 weeks that he was a starter. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with the Bengals here. I think I've lost a little bit of faith in the Chiefs, even though this is a home game for them. Mid-evening, I feel like they're gonna play a lot better because not all the cameras are on them. Taylor Swift probably only made like 2 or 3 appearances, but I think I'm gonna go with the Bengals here. I think they kind of upset this spread here for the Kansas City Chiefs. So give me the Bengals to at least cover.
I don't know why people continue to make so many excuses for the Kansas City Chiefs. It surprises me. It's crazy, and they don't want it to work. Right? I just believe we've been so adjusted to one team being such a dominant team like the New England Patriots in our age era, where we're growing up and the Patriots are just that dominant team, and they want it to happen for the Chiefs. And I don't understand why they continue making excuses. And for the first time in his NFL career, we've seen Patrick Mahomes on multiple occasions losing his cool as a professional quarterback in this league. He goes out there and he's out there yelling at his offensive lineman, "Hey man, you're the one that threw the pick. You're the one that dropped that handoff. Yeah, offensive lineman's not playing perfect, but you gave up some major points to that offense." I think the person you should be yelling at is the guy in the mirror. So don't get me wrong, very talented team. Patrick Mahomes, still one of the best, if not the best quarterback in this league. I want to go Cincinnati Bengals here. I just don't feel confident in Kansas City covering that spread.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs are going to come out to this game. They're going to be mad. They're going to be angry. They're going to prove something, and they're not. I usually say when like good teams like have a bad, embarrassing loss, that they're able to come out and really show like the world who they really are. But I don't think they have the offensive firepower to be able to show that. I think their defense is playing great though. Like the defense is locking teams up. If the Raiders didn't get those two defensive touchdowns, I mean, they did nothing offensively because of that Chiefs defense. So I think the Bengals offense is going to struggle in this game. Don't get me wrong, but I think they can at least cover the spread here. Give me the Bengals +7.
Not bad, not bad. So we are taking the underdog here. We'll go ahead and put that one down. We got the Chargers and the Broncos. We can't even say "let's ride" anymore. You know, not that I've ever said it, but I know AJ and Reed have said it a few times. But Russell Wilson, I mean, lots of drama. I feel like the drama just follows this guy wherever he's going to be at. So I'm not saying that I like the drama against him. He is a good person. He does have a little bit of some split personalities here and there, but I think he's a good guy. Well, yeah. So Denver will be rocking with Stidham if I'm not.
Yes.
Yeah. So I feel like that makes me want to choose the Chargers. I feel like the Broncos do have a good run game. They do have some decent receivers. Hopefully, what's his name, Sutton, can come back and actually play a full game this week, because if he does, they do have a better chance at winning. But until I know all of that, I think I'm going to go with the Chargers here to cover. They've been playing horribly, but I think the Broncos without Russell Wilson become a subpar team. They were just in the mid ground there for me with Russell Wilson. They were winning, not by a lot, but they were getting it done. But I don't think they can do it without him. Yes, they have Sean Payton, who's a great coach, but when you don't have a guy who's leading the pack there like Russell Wilson, I don't think you can win games. So give me the Chargers here. I think they at least cover. I'm not saying they're going to win, but I think this one's going to be a close game.
I'm actually going with the Broncos here. It's head scratching what they're doing with Russell Wilson at this moment. It makes me think what's going to happen in the offseason, what's going to happen next year. Hey, but you know what? There's no strings attached, right? Sean Payton wasn't there when they got Russell Wilson, so it doesn't land on him. It doesn't fall on him. I think in Sean Payton's mind, he's going to eat that up. That's fine. Let it happen. Give me the give me the Broncos winning this game. I like Stidham. I felt like the Raiders should have never parted ways with him. I think he's a good quarterback, and I think he can get the job done against the Chargers.
Yeah, the last game that we saw Stidham was in Week 18 last year. I think he had something like 3 touchdowns. I think close to 300 yards or something like that, or maybe over. I don't have the stat on me right now, but he played really well. I don't like the decision to bench Russell Wilson at this point in the season. He's the guy who's led the offense. He's been getting all the practice snaps. Stidham has probably barely even gotten reps on the practice field because Russell Wilson is QB1. I don't really like it, but I think he can ball. I hope he can. I don't like the Chargers at all. Maybe they keep it close, but not by 3.5. If it was a larger spread, I'll take the Chargers. But give me the Broncos minus 3.5.
Not bad, not bad. So for that last mid-evening game, the Broncos are NSP's pick. But we'll move on to this last game. Reed, what do you think about this divisional rivalry?
Oh, is this the last game? There's no Monday night game?
Let me check.
No,
Nope.
there's no Monday night game. We're gonna have some college championship games.
That's
Yeah,
true. All right, that's a bummer. Well, week 17, we're headed into Minneapolis, where a place where we have not played very well, and we're getting pretty healthy. Offense is pretty healthy, other than Christian Watson. Defense is pretty healthy, other than like Devondre Campbell or linebacker getting hurt. Everybody's healthy, but we've decided to suspend our number one corner going into a wide receiver heavy team like the Minnesota Vikings. Now, while I do support the decision to set like an example out of Jair with a young team, setting an example with them, I think it's a wise decision. This is a terrible game for the to like fall upon. Maybe we could like postpone the suspension against the Bears next week. That would have been nice, but hey, I believe the Packers can keep it close. +2, I like it. I will advise you guys to take the Vikings here if you are putting money on this game. But I'm taking the Packers +2. Offense is playing hot. They'll need to score 30 points us for a chance to win this game. So if you think this Packers can score 30 points, maybe think about the Packers, but Vikings are going to put up some points. A lot of points.
I think the only reason why the spread's so close is because we have no idea who's going to be starting for quarterback for Minnesota.
He's going to be a star,
No
though.
idea.
He's going to be a star.
He's going to be a star, and all he has to do is force feed Jay Jettas. That's all you have to do, and you will win the game. Give the ball to Jay Jettas.
You don't think our 7th round rookie can cover him?
Give the ball to Jay Jettas.
All right.
Please.
Oh, gosh.
Give me Minnesota here. I don't care who's in that quarterback. Freaking Micah Parsons could be in quarterback. Give the ball to Jay Jettas.
Yeah, man, we saw it with Nick Mullins too. The first game he did not have a good game, but he threw it up to anybody out there. He did not find success. But as soon as Jay Jettas got there and Nick Mullins was playing this past week, I mean, he would throw it up, and I thought they were picks. But Justin Jefferson just goes up there, has like a 40-inch vertical, hands of steel. It's like a trap. As soon as the ball hits his hands, he's catching it. So yeah, I think Minnesota Viking runs away with this game. Sorry, Reed. I think this is it for the playoff picture for you guys, but I'm going with the Vikings here. I think they will beyond go above this 2-point spread. So give me the Vikings. But other than that, guys, that is the last pick of week 17. Like we were talking about right now, no Monday night game, but there will be some exciting bowl games there for college. So make sure you watch those because football, like we said, is right around the corner of not being around for now. Maybe we'll watch some XFL games. Yeah, so we'll see what happens after the football season. But for right now, we're just enjoying it. But yeah, guys, we are using BetUS as our sponsor here. So go ahead and click the link down below in the description just to get your money multiplied by 125% so you can have some free bets while football's still around. But other than that, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and have a great week 17 of football. Guys, you got anything to say?
Go Pack, go.
No, good.
Not bad, guys. But as we always say here, keep on grinding.